health and drug and alcohol in the NHS for over 30 years. I've also been involved with State of Mind sport, so working with football teams and individuals, and one of our trustees is the sports psychiatrist for the Great Britain Athletics team. So we feel honoured to be with you today. So it's all good stuff from my point of view. You'll have seen, or you'll have sent round a couple of surveys that we've done prior to starting what we're doing this year with you. So first one, you said around about 80% of you said that you wanted to improve your mental fitness and mental toughness. That's the basics of what we're asking. So that's what we're going to do with you this year, if that's okay, in a very short way in the dressing room for about 5 minutes before you play. Okay, and then if you want to follow it up afterwards, then you can do. Okay. The second bit I asked people to fill in was about what did they think, or what did you think was important around the different areas where you can improve. So the top 5 that you've asked for are managing stress and anxiety, number 1. So we're going to do a little bit of that in a minute. Super Club Salford of Huddersfield. He's going to come in and do a session with you around, so we'll work out your fixtures, where you're playing. He's going to come in, again, same as this, 5 minutes before, get you to think about that. He's also going to get you to look at how you can visualise how you can play and perform. A lot of sports psychiatry and psychology looks at how you can influence your game and how you play physically by the way you think about it, okay? And how you talk to yourself, whether you're negative or beat yourself up on mistakes you make, and do you sort of dwell on them or do you move on quick, that type of thing. So there's loads of things that you can do. The other things are self-confidence, self-belief and relaxation. So we're going to bring in someone who's worked with a lot of professional rugby league clubs to do a 5-minute mindfulness session with you. It sounds really arsey, but it's really nice when you do it, okay? Just getting you nice and relaxed before you play. So in this situation now, you're all at different points where you're thinking about what you're going to do when you play. Some people will talk a lot, some people will get quiet, some people will be back into the loo. I know, because I'm still in it, so that's a good place to be, to find that out. So all I'm going to do with you today is demonstrate how you can do controlled breathing. So before you play a game of football, your tension levels, your excitement, your anxiety levels will build up before you play. You're all excited, aren't you?
Oh,
I can see, which is good. So when that happens, it'll deplete some of your energy a little bit because whatever you're thinking. So all I'm going to do is control your breathing, it'll bring it down a little bit while you're in here before you play. And whenever you get a break when you're playing on the pitch today, if you get an opportunity when there's, an injury or whatever's going on, a substitution, you can use it at any point. And you can use it at any point in your lives, of course. But it's like one of them shit drills you do in training. Next practice to do it properly, okay? But that's it. So if you learn how to do this now, it'll have a massive benefit for the rest of your life, okay? So it's dead simple. So has anyone actually read the information about how you control your breathing? Has anyone tried to do it yet?
We did one with Rob last week.
Did one with Rob. So some shaking heads, some yes, so that's great. Okay, so the way to do it is to breathe from your stomach, from your diaphragm, okay? And the easiest way to do that is to breathe in through your nose. So I'll show you exactly how to do it and test if you're doing it correct as well. Okay, so you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Not hard, is it? So I know you can all do it because you're all alive and you're in this dressing room, so I know you can all do it. So this is how you'll do it. So what I'm going to do, and what I suggested initially, was to breathe in for about 5 seconds. Some people will hold it in for a couple of seconds and then breathe it out through your mouth. Okay, so you're getting oxygen in and you're breathing carbon dioxide out. That's the point. So if you ever feel anxious and worked up or panicky in any situation, if you control your oxygen and carbon dioxide coming in and out, it will bring your body, it'll make you relax a little bit more. Okay, so, right then, so here's how to do it. Nothing weird. I'm just going to put my fingers on my belly button, which obviously sticks out a bit more than yours, because I'm a bit older than you, that's okay. So when I breathe in through my nose, which I'm going to do when I shut up, what will happen is this, so. And then when I breathe out while I'm speaking now, what will happen is my stomach will go back in. So putting your fingers, when you breathe in through your nose, they'll come apart a little bit. And when you breathe back out through your mouth, they'll go back together. So that's how you know you're doing it correctly. I would encourage you to try and do it 5-10 breaths if you can. You're not going to find this easy. You'll think it's easy, but it's not. You're used to your brain just breathes in and out to keep you alive. So this is about controlling what happens in terms of that situation. Okay, so that's all I'd ask you to do before you play today. and during any time you get a bit of a breather, literally, during the game. Is that all right with you? That's what I want you to practice, and the more you practice it, the easier it gets. Also good if you can't sleep, if you get wound up in the car. Anyone who got any angry dudes in here?
Liam. Brad.
Not anymore. Okay, so thinking about anger, if you're playing, so if you're getting wound up and angry, so someone's niggling or whatever they're doing or whatever they want to say to you, that will increase your stress levels. If you ever want to sort of get around it, just control that breathing. Take a moment before you knock them out, start thing, and then step away. How do you deal with rest as well? 'Cause I know he's here like us.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah, it depends, yeah.
So I've done loads of research with referees. So it's nothing to do with breathing. I've done loads of research with referees in loads of different divisions across Europe. So Serie A, the Dutch League over in Northern Ireland, also Premier League with PGMOL. Now I know that referees, if you treat them nicely, will more or less give you at least 50-50 decisions, but the likelihood is they're going to give you more decisions in your favour. Okay, you might not think so, you might think if you moan at them they'll get a better decision, you won't. It's a bit like if you moan at somebody on the phone, you might get your own way initially, but then the person on the end of the phone is going to give you put loads of obstacles in your way, and that's what referees will do, because they're just humans like us. Okay, so have a think about it, say nice things to the referee, great decision now. Don't do it too sarcastic, they like it's a shit decision obviously, but just say that, just be nice, have a bit of a laugh with them, because that's what will encourage them to give you more decisions. Okay, that's it from me. Can't stay and watch it today unfortunately, because I'm going somewhere else, another fixture, but best of luck today. I know you smash it out there, do whatever you want to do. Process. So there's a number of things that are part of that process to help you build your self-confidence as you play and do many, many things. From my point of view, we've got a couple of other things that I've got in mind for you. We've got a guy who was supposed to be with the other team today, but they've been called off. He's a mindfulness guru, if that's the right phrase, who's worked with professional sports teams, Leeds Rhinos, Warrington Wolves in rugby league, and other football teams. So we're going to get him to come and do a 5-minute session with you, not today, but in the next couple of weeks, whenever we get a game time to do that. Today I brought with me, would we say legend there? No. Run legend, Danny Sculthorpe, former England Rugby League captain, on tour of South Africa, former Wigan Warriors Rugby League player. Also, do you want me to tell him about what's been happening recently? Or are you going to tell him? I'll tell him. Okay, very good. So he's going to tell you about a couple of things that we're going to focus on today. Is about things that you can control when you play, but also the other ways in which you talk to yourself inwardly about how you're going to play. So, Danny?
Cheers, Phil. To say that I'm pretty nervous as I am. I've had 2 major brain surgeries in the last 8 weeks, which I'll probably show you. Just, I had one, it all blew up, and then I had to have another. And I probably should still be in hospital, but I made them throw me out so I could get home to my family and stuff. So my first one, I brought down about focus on what you can control. So the things you can do is train hard, which the coach will probably do, and he's just been saying that he did that on Thursday. Wednesday, trained hard, really good. Best thing you can do to get into a fucking game, it really is. Listen when you talk on the side, big effort and a positive attitude well before a game. So the reason why I'm reading that is because I've got no memory whatsoever yet. They said it could take up to 12 months before I get any memory back. So when I'm delivering sessions for State of Mind, it's really, really hard, and I've done it now for the last 14 years, so it's pretty tough. So during the week, I always try and eat as well as healthy as I could. I used to drink a lot of water, which is really, really important, especially in the morning before a game. Gets you hydrated and gives you more energy when you're feeling tired towards the last 10-15 minutes. And being, like I said, well hydrated. Find out opposition strengths and weaknesses as soon as you can. Don't know if you can get into opposition players at your level of what you're doing. But whenever you get a weekend out, go and watch them. Go and see the high teams, whoever they are, and go and see them for when you need to play them. I believe you're a good team as it is. Alright. And sleeping well for me. prepare on a tough game right from the start. That's my first bit. I've got 5 here. Use positive self-talk. Think and work early in the week on the team and decent members of the opposition. Talk and work with the team members of their opposition players. Go into a training session confident to give everything and talk to each other. Never ever shut up, no matter fucking how tired you are towards the end of a game. The harder you train and talk, the bigger and quicker your confidence will grow. Mentally stronger you are, the better your performance will be. No, 100%. Mistakes do happen. Don't sulk or drop confidence. Just get stuck in as soon as possible and leave that mistake in the past. Yeah. Number 3, positive inner dialogue. So we need to focus less on our shortcomings and more on our strengths and accomplishments. We just remind ourselves of our challenges and celebrate even the smallest victories. If you win 1-0 today, if these are a shit team, still fucking 3 points in it, still important.
Yeah.
Our self-esteem and confidence grow when we constantly feed our minds with affirming thoughts. If you have low self-esteem, an internal dialogue, or constant self-criticism can make things much worse. You're being confident as you can. And the worst bully you are likely to encounter can be your own thoughts on self-talk. Yeah. If I was thinking I was shit at something when I was asked by my coaches and teammates if I'd improved, I wanted to be good at everything. I trained really hard, especially at Wigan. I wanted to improve every day. I was there in 5 years. I was there and I was there everything we did, and I was pushed to the actual fucking maximum plus more. The training was absolutely disgusting, but I made sure that I went to every fucking training session. But I never give in. That's what we've got to do. Avoid negative words. So I'll just talk about 2003. I played for Wigan versus Saints at JJB, and the team that we had was probably shit. And I've never ever said that because there was all young kids from the academy. There was even a couple of wingers came in from an amateur team in Wigan, played for us and made a couple of mistakes, but you know, I never ever call him because Saints were only missing Kieran Cunningham that day. They had a fucking unbelievable team and they were not awesome that day. Remember our kid on the Thursday telling me it would be 50, 60 points to them, which I wanted to fucking knock him out for. But I think they went 18-0 up very, very quickly. Then we scored just before the half time. I remember deep down, Stuart Rafer was really, really happy, but acted that he was upset, which massively helped us to step up and try harder. It ended up a really aggressive second half and we ended up winning by 2 points. It was the best win ever for us. This game, or the scrap and draw in 2004, is always shown on Sky TV, but that win for Wigan was definitely our best. I think the negative words about our team that was playing in 2003 lifted some really nervous thoughts in players and made us make our best game versus Saints ever. So if you're really confident today, don't be overconfident. Go in as if you're both the fucking same and get stuck into them right from the first second. And the last one for me is use positive phrases. So I believe in positivity is massive, and being confident in winning every game is definitely the way we should play. I put down 5 favourite positive phrases. So these are just guys from really high that have been in the sport, not in our sport, but most of all in basketball. So I'll go with. So the strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team. what is love? Love is playing every game like it's your last. I remember I played for Widnes. I shouldn't have really gone to Widnes because my body was absolutely knackered then, but I went to Widnes and got a really bad injury where I needed an operation. And I caught a massive infection which ended my career, which was really hard. I played pro from being 15 when I went to Leeds to 31, and I still felt like I had some time left in me, but it stopped me straight away and I had nothing to go into because all I loved was rugby league. I ended up losing everything, lost my house, everything I was paying. So I'm really positive about how I've changed my life now. This is my last and well-known one from Kobe Bryant. Sorry, this is my second. If you do not believe in yourself, no one will do it for you. Yeah? And I think that's it, boys.
Super, thanks, Dan.
After this session, I'm going to send you, or send by the WhatsApp, a couple of exercises for you to do to think about how you challenge that negative thinking if you do think negatively. So I'll send it out by the WhatsApp. Enjoy the weather today, use the weather positively. Don't think it's a negative. They're going to be thinking it's a negative, you use it positively. And thank you again. So, just to give you a bit of an idea about my background, I've been teaching mindfulness-based stress reduction since 2013, and in that time I've worked with Warrington Wolves first team, Widnes Vikings squad, Leeds Rhinos, Wigan, many, my background's motorsport, worked with a few race drivers, all sorts of sports people, but my main thrust has been like people like police, prisons, and Warrington Wolves. So I worked with them for about 8 or 9 years on and off. Used to go to see them in the changing room before matches, and I go and see them every week before any fixtures. So that's enough about me. State of Mind is obviously, you guys have seen a couple of the guys from State of Mind before, and they've chatted with you about various mental health techniques, issues, how you can help yourselves. My thing's mindfulness, and in like 10 minutes, I'm not going to teach you mindfulness, but I just want to give you an idea of what you can do. If, for example, does anybody struggle to get sleep? Get sleep or stay asleep? Nobody? Everybody's sleeping perfectly. I don't like that. Yeah. Also, like you'll see now, professional sports people, just before they take a penalty or before an F1 driver gets out in the car, you'll see them close their eyes, golf players visualising what they're going to do, relaxing themselves, getting the blood pressure down, taking all the stress out of the muscles, so that they're not doing the next thing, whether it's driving off, taking a penalty, hitting a golf ball, kicking a rugby ball. So they're not doing it like this. They're not doing it all tensed up. Right? Gritting your teeth, shoulders up, and not loose. So what I thought I'd do in like the 5-10 minutes we've got is I'll just give you an exercise to help you, just like be in the present moment. Now that might sound a bit like woo-woo, a bit, but it's basically getting your mind to not be in the past or the future. So let's say you're out there today and you've got a penalty, and your brain, you can't help it, will go backwards in time to maybe when you last took a penalty, or it'll go to the future and think, well, I've got to take this pen in 30 seconds, I hope I score alright, what if I miss, what? So as soon as you start getting those thoughts, and we have about 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day, average humans, and as soon as we start getting those thoughts, a part of the brain called the amygdala, which is like the chimp brain, fight or flight, it takes over and starts, has anybody felt that, like getting really tense? Anybody grit the teeth?
Yeah.
Shoulders up maybe, you know, get angry with you, clench your fist. That's part of your brain saying, I'm about to be battered, I need to either run away or fight or flight, limbic system. So, a mindfulness technique I've taught to the rugby guys is, for example, just before they take a kick, and even when you're just receiving the ball or passing, you want to be not tense. You've got to have control of your muscles, but you don't want to be too tense.
Then when you're walking up the street, then free kick, throwing, whatever it might be, passing, even receiving. So this is what I want to try and go through, you guys. Listen, you don't have to join in with us. If you think it's loaded with bollocks, that's fine by me. But there's something to be said for the top sports people these days, all doing this. They're all doing it. Mindfulness is like going to be everywhere. It's in schools. It's going to be part of schools curriculum, just like maths and English. So if you learn something from it and you feel it helps you today, then you've taken a step mentally in how to prepare yourself to any action in life, not just on a pitch. It could be making a decision at work or at home or whatever. So this is what I like to do. Before I start, I just need to ask an important question. Is there anybody here from Wigan? Nobody from Wigan? No. Right, okay, yeah. So when I say hands on thighs, I mean these, right? Not these. When you say that in Wigan, they all go like that. Hands on thighs. Right. That's my joke, folks. So just put your feet flat on the floor, stretch your arms on your thighs. If you're still fine, don't worry, just let your hands
Did you say put them on your eyes then?
on thighs. Yeah. That's all. Just a bit of the act. So what we're going to do is, on an in-breath, we're going to tense a group of muscles, and on an out-breath, we're going to release it. So I'll give you an example. It might be, hold it for a second.
First aid.
That's it. We're going to do all muscle groups. Feet, arms, quads, glutes, hands, forearms, biceps, triceps, your lats, jaw, facial muscles. Alright? And then, if you do this just before you're about to take an action, as I say, it could be taking a kick or making a decision away from football, you will make it from a human perspective, i.e. logical, calm, rational, rather than a chimp perspective, which is fight or flight. Alright? Sound good? Yay. Tough crowd. Okay, so close your eyes. Next in breath, so don't follow my speed, but just your next in breath, tense your feet. As you tense your feet, hold on to your breath, just don't breathe back out for a second, and then as you breathe out, relax your feet. Next in breath, I want you to tense your calves, so as you breathe in, point your toes up. Hold on to it for a second, as you breathe out, relax your feet again. Quads, next time you breathe in, point your toes down. Feel under your hands, quads are tensing up. Again, hold on to it for a second. As you relax, release that tension again. Next is your glutes. So next in breath, as you breathe in, tense your glutes. Feel yourself rising up in the seat, in the bench or whatever a little bit. And as you relax, sink back into the bench. Next in breath, clench your fists. Hold on to it for 3 seconds this time. Just feel all the tension up your arms, in your biceps, triceps. Relax as you breathe out. Next in breath, try and touch your ears with your shoulders. And again, hold it there for about 3 seconds. And as you breathe out, drop your shoulders all the way down. Now just, with your eyes closed, just keep listening to your breathing, but just make sure your teeth aren't clenched. You can do that by, if you struggle with clenching your jaw a lot, touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and it'll just release any tension in your jaw. Then in your mind, you go through all your facial muscles. There's about 58 muscles to be fair. So just go through all your facial muscles, make sure they're nice and relaxed. Send a signal from your brain to relax, including your forehead and around your eyebrows. So relax. You can send some up first if you want, and then relax them. And last, relax your scalp. When you relax your scalp, you notice that your ears drop down a little bit. Now, just use your mind's eye to go through all your muscles from your feet all the way up to the top of your head and relax everything. Now, you don't know it, but your blood pressure's dropping, your heart rate's dropping. This is what, in the armed forces, snipers do just before they take a shot. Touch the body, relax it, and breathe out. And now, after you finish breathing out, your next out breath, wait. Keep back in for 3 seconds. Count 1, 2, 3. Use that 3 seconds to check your body's still nice and relaxed. Everybody open your eyes. Does anybody feel like they're a bit more relaxed? Anybody? You never fall asleep? Right, well, the reason I asked about sleep is because about 99% of people I asked, from 4-year-olds to 84-year-olds, are struggling with sleep at the moment. And it's mainly down to these gadgets we look at. Right, if you do what we've just done in bed, chances are you'll have a good night's sleep. Because you're sending your brain waves from beta waves, which are in now, about like that, down to alpha waves, which is starting to drop off, and then delta waves, which is deep sleep. So if you're struggling to sleep, nobody admitted it, well, I think one or two did, the older fellas did. If you do that, as you're falling asleep, you'll get a better night's sleep, because you're putting your body out of tension, you're switching your chimp brain off, your amygdala, limbic system, and you're getting your brain waves starting to go into deep sleep. So if you do that, now, let's say you're about to take a kit, 3 kit, pen, whatever. You can't go, hang on guys, I'm just going to go through my feet and my legs. You can't do that, can you? You've got time. So just, if you want to go along with me, when you breathe in, you could be stood there and nobody will know you're doing it. When you breathe in, tense your whole body, and when you breathe out, relax it all. And then wait. Don't breathe straight back in. That gap, 3 seconds, that's all it needs. I'm waiting, I'm not breathing back in. That gap, 3 seconds-ish, is a bit where your brain gets a chance to come out of fight or flight, chimp, amygdala, having the blood. It transfers the blood back to behind here, prefrontal cortex, and that takes a logical, calm, rational decision. It makes that a human decision rather than a chimp decision. Any questions? I know you guys have got a
Not really good. No, I thought it was really good. What
Any
you doing
questions?
there?
And if you did just struggle to get to sleep after having done that, count backwards and it gives your brain another task. So count backwards from about 200 in your head. Just try that tonight, you get a better night's sleep.
Switch it from the mobile screen to black and white as well, because it emits a
Yeah.
blue light what keeps you awake. And
Yeah.
the blue light on the phone keeps you awake.
Yeah, and you
A
know
lot of
what?
people put it to black and white just so it doesn't ding.
And the reason that keeps you awake is because the wavelength of the blue light
Yeah.
is almost exactly the same as daylight. So your brain thinks it's time to get up.
Sounds cool.
They say, I mean, guidelines are an hour before bed. Well, any questions, guys?
Take some
All
magnesium
good?
as well.
Yeah, magnesium's good, yeah.
Magnesium side, that's good.
So good luck for today, guys.
Cheers for that.